गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी। बरनौ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फल चारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश बिकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। राम दूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर बिक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन बिराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा बिराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा बिकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि संभाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कभी कौबिद कहि सके कहते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाए राजपत दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्त्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका मैली मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज समारो आपे तीनों लोक हाकते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीर। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम बचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हरे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हरे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त तन धरहि हनुमत से ही सर्ब सुख करहि संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गुसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूटहि बंधि महा सुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होए सिद्ध साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा कीजय नाथ हृदय बडेरा। कीजय नाथ हृदय बडेरा। पवन तने संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसो सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो रे भाई सब संतन की जय। जय श्री कृष्ण, जय श्री राम, जय हनुमान। Today we are going to a very beautiful verse, verse number 47. And this verse actually, after reading it and reading the interpretation, I realized why it is considered so important. मतलब गीता की हर एक चौपाई ऐसी है, हर एक दोहा ऐसा है कि उसको ज़िंदगी में धारण कर लिया जाए तो हमारा जब जीवन कुछ और ही हो जाए। पर ये जो दोहा है, ये जो वर्स है, दिस वर्स इज ब्यूटिफुल बियॉन्ड वर्ड्स। वेरी सिंपल, very easy to understand, but probably very difficult to implement in our lives. But we can always implement it. There are many questions that come to our mind regarding will and free will, isn't it? Do we have free will? Do we don't have free will? What is the magnitude of our capability in deciding the course of our life? Don't we have all that questions in our mind? This verse answers all of them. It tells us exactly where we have free will. It tells us exactly where we do not have free will. It tells us exactly what has to be done to make our karma a yoga. What we are doing on a daily basis is not yoga. अब कर्म को योग कैसे बनाया जाए? कर्म को योग बनाना आसान नहीं है, पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं है. So what we have been doing is how to make our daily actions, or how to make our daily actions the path through which we unite with the divine, right? So this verse is taking us one step forward in the same thing. And what is it? It is saying simply that, we'll just read it and then we'll go forward. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन. Verse number 47. मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भूः. We break over here. मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भूः मा ते संगोस्त्व कर्मणि. मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भूः मा ते संगोस्त्व कर्मणि. Now what is it saying? We will be only working on the first line today. Simply the first line. And what is it saying? कर्मण्ये वाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन. कर्मणि एव ते अधिकारः. इसमें मतलब है कर्तव्य कर्म करने में ही तेरा अधिकार है. उसके आगे what is it? The next verse is फलेषु कदाचन. It says फलों में कभी नहीं. कर्म करने में ही तेरा अधिकार है, फलों में कभी नहीं. जो उसका रिजल्ट है उसमें तुम्हारा कोई अधिकार है ही नहीं. You don't even have a say, right? And there are many elements involved to that result, not only what you're doing in the current moment. And then it says, the second verse is, it says, karma phal ka hetu. Hetu is the instrument. Nimit matra, hetu. Karma phal ka hetu bhi mat ban. You are not even an instrument in a way for that result that you are getting. Karta to hum hai hi nahi. We are not even the instrument. Hetu bhi mat ban. तेरी कर्म ना करने में भी आसक्ति ना हो. जब कर्म में वी हैव नो कंट्रोल, कर्म में वी हैव नो कंट्रोल, मतलब कर्म हमारे हाथ में है, फल में वी हैव नो कंट्रोल, राइट? वी आर नॉट इवन द हेतु, इंस्ट्रूमेंट फॉर द कर्म फल, बट एट द सेम टाइम you should not have asakti, or you should not be repelled towards not doing anything also. You cannot be an inert object. Karm to karna hai. So what this verse is saying is, कर्म करो, फल की आशा मत करो. At the same time, just because you're not getting any result, that does not mean you become demotivated towards doing that same action. कई बार होता है ना, जब कुछ रिजल्ट ही नहीं है तो हम क्यों करें, क्या फायदा? What is there to motivate me? From the very beginning, we have told our children that if you do this, you are going to get this. We have been told, ये करोगे तो ये मिलेगा, ये करोगे तो ये मिलेगा. So for us, the result is a motivating factor. But over here, they are clearly telling us that you have no control over the result. You have only control over your karma. However, you should not be demotivated while you are doing your karma. Then what will be the motivating element to do the karma? आएगा समझ में. Because it happens to many people when they say कि ठीक है ना, when this verse is being said कि कर्म में तुम्हारा कोई तो कर्म ही क्यों करें हम, right? And then they say no, that is equally bad. Having desires for the fruit is bad, and becoming an inert object and not doing anything is equally bad. So this is the verse which is clearly telling us that act, because that is the only thing in your control. But we are lucky, right? When we talk about will, free will, इन सब चीज़ों की बात आती है, तो we wonder, right? कहाँ तक हमारी free will है, कहाँ नहीं है? This verse is going to tell us. So what we are going to do now is, first we are going to understand कर्मण्ये वादिकारस्ते. Okay? Just give me 1 minute. I will request my daughter to put on the earphone while listening to her class. She's not well, so she's home. Just give me 1 minute. Done. Yeah. Apologies. Because I can simultaneously listen to the instructions being given by her teacher right now. So she is also instructing the children. So very nice. So now, what is the verse? Karmanya vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. And this verse, whenever possible, whenever you have the chance, whenever possible, please do get for yourself. This is a treasure. This is Gita Press ki Gita, written by Swami Ram Sukdas ji, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Sadhak Sanjeevani. And it is a Hindi tika which I normally use. You might be able to get an English tika also. But the depth of the explanation can leave you totally spellbound. मतलब कभी कभी ऐसा लगता है कि कैसे वो संत रहे होंगे, क्या उनकी अनुभूतियाँ रही होगी कि उनने इतना सरलता से सब कुछ समझा दिया. It is an art to be able to explain such a complex topic in such beautiful and simple words. And it is said that this tika has been compiled. Gradually he has built on it, one by one. ये उनके जीवन की एक पूंजी है. And is केवल in this simple verse, he has taken around 3-4 pages to explain it. A lot of gurus have done beautiful work on these verses. but some just sweep you off your feet and you wonder ki how could he put such a great divine experience in such simple words. It beats me, trust me. But let's start. Let's try to understand what Ram Sukhdas ji is saying over here. He is saying, first of all, he has partitioned the explanation very beautifully. Karmanya vadikaraste, and then Phaleshu kadachana. So it has been divided. So first we are talking about karma. Karm samajhna bahut zaruri hai, right? Because the definition of karma that we have sometimes is totally misleading, right? And we live our entire lives with that misleading concept of what a duty is, what a karma is. And unfortunately, we open the Gita a bit too late in our life. That is why it is said that Gita ka gyan jo hota hai na, it should be given to the children as early as possible. It is a manual which will help them lead their life better. So the sooner the better that a child is introduced to Gita, maybe in the womb, maybe as soon as the child is able to understand, gradually the knowledge can be increased, because this is a manual and it teaches us how to live our life. So karmanya vadikaraste. What is he saying? Now we are doing our karma, right? We are put in a particular situation. We are put in a particular situation based on our prarabdha, whatever we have done in our past, right? Whatever has been done in the past, accordingly, we are placed in a particular situation with people, with whatever financial material, whatever things that are needed for our spiritual upliftment. Why is this human birth very important? Again, human birth is very important because only in this birth can we move towards spiritual upliftment. We cannot move towards spiritual upliftment in any other birth. Why? The devas, they can only exhaust the punya that they have earned. In the hellish regions, like the Pata or the Narg Lok and all that, they can also exhaust whatever pap they have accumulated. And the animals and the other yonis, be it birds or insects, they cannot have new karmas at all. They have no possibility of incurring new karmas. Whatever result they get, whatever they are getting is because of their prarabdha karma only. So for us, the beauty is we have our prarabdha karma, right? Along with the prarabdha karma, we can have new karmas also. We can actually incur and do new things. And based on that, we can get punya or pap, right? So, do we have control over the prarabdha? Whatever has been done by us, it is done, right? And we'll have to face the result of it. Do we have control over the result? No. जो आपने करा है, उसको आपको भुगतना पड़ेगा. Now, as simple as when we talked about Bhishma Pitama, when he was lying on the shayya, right, with arrows, they asked him, he asked, मैंने तो ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं करा जिसके कारण I have to face so much. So Shri Krishna said, go back so many births. I don't remember the exact number, which was 79 or 99. He said, go back those many births. In that one of the births, you had pierced an ant or an insect, due to which you are dying in this form. You have been pierced by the arrows. So what you have done, you will have to face. But it is not like what I have done in the previous birth, I'll have to incur everything in this birth. It is not that linear. Whatever has been done in all our previous births, gradually we'll have to face all the results of those. जो भी हमने कर्म करे हैं प्रीवियस बर्थ में, उनका प्रारब्ध हमें अभी भोगना ही पड़ेगा. That is known as the प्रारब्ध कर्म, which we cannot change. Now, but today, I have an ability to do an action, right? I have an ability to do new karmas, and these new karmas, I can decide how I want to do it. How do I do it? It is on me. Very simply, whatever I am doing has to be very, very measured. I cannot just randomly do anything and incur new. See, whatever I do today becomes my prarabdha karma for tomorrow, right? And I have to face. So I have the ability. I don't have control over my prarabdha karma, but I have the ability to perform whatever I am doing to the best of my ability with a very innocent intention. But once that action has been done today also, the result which I'm going to get from this action, I have no control over. No free will over there. Prarabdha, no free will. The result, no free will. Of the current action, yes, I have free will. But of the action's result, I have no free will. So जो मेरा कंट्रोल है वो सिर्फ मेरे कर्म में है, राइट. बट हाँ, महाज्ञानीज जो होते हैं ना, इफ यू गो टू दैट लेवल विच वी आर नॉट गोइंग राइट नाउ, दे आर गोइंग टू से कि उसमें भी हमारा कंट्रोल नहीं है. वो एक बहुत अलग बात हो जाती है. अज्यूमिंग दैट वी आर नॉट एट दैट लेवल राइट नाउ, वेयर वी कैन नॉट अंडरस्टैंड कि वी आर जस्ट द पपेट्स इन हिज हैंड, एंड करता भी वही है, कराता भी वही है, भोगता भी वही है, सब वही करता है, हम है ही नहीं. उस लेवल पे हम नहीं पहुंचे हैं तो कोई बात नहीं. फॉर नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू गो विद दिस डेफिनेशन. सो ओवर हियर ही इज सेइंग कि व्हेन वी नो दैट मनुष्य योनि इज अ कर्म योनि, राइट, एंड कर्म योनि, it is different. It is not a bhog yoni, it is a karm yoni. I'm so sorry. Manushya yoni is a karm yoni. It is not a bhog yoni. It can be made a yog yoni. Yog yoni in the sense where we can unite with the divine. Very clearly the devas, they can help us. When we pray to them, they can give us the samagri to help us achieve new karmas and help us accomplish our karma, but they cannot do any new karma. The hellish region cannot do any new karma, the animals cannot do any new karma. So we are the only karma yoni, and we are very lucky. That means even the devas at times, they desperately want to have a human birth, and we have it. Just imagine how blessed we are to start with. So karmanyavadika raste, first point to understand is this: we are the only yoni, we are the only species, we are the only one in the entire loks that has the power to do karma as per my wish and alter what I am going to get in the future. So now this ability, how do I use it? Over here, very beautifully, I'll read this out before we go on. He says, भगवान ने सेवा रूप नया कर्म करके केवल अपना उद्धार करने के लिए ही यह अंतिम मनुष्य जन्म दिया है. So what is the objective of our karma? We understood one point where we have a free will. We have a free will with our karma. Now how the karma is supposed to be done? The Lord has given this birth for us to do seva, to do parhit, to help others. वो हमारा कर्म ही हमारे को उद्धार की तरफ ले जाएगा. एनीथिंग डन एज अ कर्म फॉर माई सेल्फिश नीड is not going to make my karma a yog, it is going to bind me. Wherever there is selfishness in my action, it binds. Wherever there is no selfishness in the actions and the actions are being done for selfless greater good, it liberates. तो इसमें ये लिखा है, भगवान ने सेवा रूप नया कर्म करके केवल अपना उद्धार करने के लिए ही ये अंतिम मनुष्य जन्म दिया है. I think it is like an alarming statement कि this is an अंतिम मनुष्य जन्म. और वो क्यों दिया है? ताकि हम अपना उद्धार कर लें. उद्धार कैसे होगा? We liberate ourselves from the cycle of life and death. Right now we are in a good position, so we think life is very good. हर जन्म में ऐसा नहीं होता, हर योनि में ऐसा नहीं होता. So we can liberate ourselves right now in this birth. How? By doing selfless action. अगर यह कर्मों को अपने लिए करेगा तो बंधन में पड़ जाएगा, राइट. और अगर कर्मों को ना करके आलस्य प्रमाद में पड़ा रहेगा तो बार बार जन्म मरण का भोगी बनेगा. अतः भगवान कहते हैं कि तेरा केवल सेवा रूप कर्तव्य कर्म करने में ही अधिकार है. If you act selfishly, you will be bound. And in the previous verses, we have clearly understood the difference between selfish action and selfless action, isn't it? Anything. What is selfish action? If I take the liberty, I'm also a mother, but if I take the liberty of saying that even a mother's love is selfish, it is not, you cannot call it love, it is attachment, right? तो फिर और क्या चीज होगी जो selfless हम करते हैं, right? Anything which is related to me and my body, which I consider me, anything related to them, वो तो करना ही है, right? You are in a situation, you have to do that duty. But that does not make your karma yog, that is just a karma. When does it become a yoga? When are you able to make your karma, or when do you give your karma the power to unite you with the divine, is when you are doing selfless action for people who are not people, things, anything which is not connected to you in your bodily form. जहां पे आप ये नहीं कह सकते मेरा है. Very, very important. So many a times we get confused कि हम भी कर्म योगी हैं. आप कर्म योगी हैं क्या? क्योंकि हमने कर्म योगी बनने की परिभाषा ही नहीं समझी है. वी आर इक्वेटिंग कर्म इज इक्वल टू कर्म योग, विच इज नॉट. कर्म कर्म है और कर्म योग है. There is nothing wrong, nothing right. It is a choice we all made. We can decide what we want to do. However, कर्म को योग बनाने की विधि क्या है? परहित करना, दूसरे के लिए अपने आप को सैक्रिफाइस करना, अपने आप को खत्म कर देना दूसरों के लिए. वेरी सिंपली पुट. और दूसरा, वन मोर थिंग ही इज सेइंग इज व्हाई द वर्ड, राम सुखदास जी वेरी ब्यूटिफुली पॉइंट्स आउट, कर्मणि, राइट? इट इज अ सिंगुलर वर्ड. कर्म तो बहुत होते हैं, राइट? वी हैव टू डू अ लॉट ऑफ कर्म्स अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर डेफिनेशन ऑफ कर्म्स, एंड वील से आई हैव सो मेनी कर्म्स टू डू, राइट? आई एम अ मदर, आई एम अ वाइफ, आई एम दिस, आई एम दैट, कितने सारे कर्म. तो ये कर्मणि क्यों बोल रहे हैं, सिंगुलर क्यों ले रहे हैं? वेरी सिंपली, वी शुड रिमेंबर वी कैन नॉट मल्टीटास्क. At one point in time, we are doing only one karm to the best of our ability. That is the problem we have nowadays. We do not have that utmost focus anymore. We think we can do multiple things at a time. ऐसा नहीं होता. At a given time, only one thing is possible. Now, for instance, Arjun is a Kshatriya. As a Kshatriya, his duty is to run his kingdom, is to give charity, is to take care of his praja. Of course, he has to take care of his family also. But right now, where is he? He is standing in the Ranabhumi, right? He is standing in the middle of the battlefield. And when he is in the middle of the battlefield, what is he doing? He is supposed to fight a battle. Right? Now, at this time, he cannot be scattered brain thinking about, I have to do that, I have to do this. No. Right now, he's 100% here. Right now, his kartavya karm is to fight this battle. How many times are we 100% present where we are? So, over here, he's saying karmani because at a time, you can do only one thing. And unfortunately, what happens is, in order to do 100 things, we never accomplish doing anything in life. That undivided focus has to be there. कैसे लाए? The problem is, we don't understand the importance of focusing on the current action in hand. We don't understand the focus of being 100% there. That in itself becomes meditation. When you're 100% where you are supposed to be, suppose you're here right now, you're 100% here. But what happens is, while sitting here, I have already gone to India. I'm already thinking about my parents. I am already thinking about what is happening to my children in school. I'm already thinking about what I have to make for food. You know, our mind runs 1,000 miles. And then we say, कुछ हुआ ही नहीं, जिंदगी निकल गई, हम कुछ कर नहीं पाए क्योंकि तुमने कुछ किया ही नहीं. Why? कर्म हमेशा full focus से ही हो सकता है, नहीं तो नहीं हो सकता. So over here, he is using specifically कर्मणि, सिंगुलर, बिकॉज एट अ गिवन टाइम ही सेज ऑल्सो. पद में एक वचन देने का तात्पर्य है कि मनुष्य के सामने देश काल घटना, नो सो मेनी कार्य मस्ट बी देयर, पर एक समय में एक मनुष्य किसी एक कर्म को ही तत्परता पूर्वक कर सकता है. तत्परता पूर्वक, विथ फुल फोकस. देयर इज एन एग्जाम्पल दैट वाज गिवन बाय वन ऑफ द स्वामी जी, Sarvapriyananda ji. He said that, there was this sage who was going out. He was on a wheelchair and he was going out and he was being rolled out. And while that time, a person was cutting a tree. है ना, एक ब्रांच काटने की कोशिश कर रहा था, बट ही वॉज ट्राइंग एंड ट्राइंग एंड ट्राइंग, बट द ब्रांच वॉज नॉट फॉलिंग ऑफ. So this great Swami on a wheelchair, he said, what are you doing? How will the branch be cut off? He said, why? What am I doing? He said, look at how you're cutting the branch. One stroke here, one stroke there, one stroke. There is no consistent stroke in the same place. So he said, give me the axe. He took the axe and with 3-4 strokes on the same place, he cut the branch and it fell off. Focus on the same thing. Focus on what you're doing right now to the best of your ability. नहीं तो नहीं होगा. तत्परता पूर्वक, with great complete focus. So over here, when you are doing any karma, when we are doing any karma, karmani, we have to remember one thing can be done at a time. If I am scatterbrained, I will not achieve anything in my life. You cannot. And always remember, in this life, we cannot accomplish everything. It is wrong to say that there are trade-offs, there are compromises. You have to make that choice. That is also our free will. Make that choice and do it to the best of your ability. So, karmanyavadi ka raste. Simply, again, we'll quickly go through it. Manushya yoni is the only yoni who can incur new karmas, right? This is a karma yoni which can be converted into a yog yoni. The Pashu Yoni or the Devas or the people in Nark, they do not have this ability to incur new karmas or do not have the free will of the new karma. They are only entitled to what is their prarabdha, what has already been done. They will face what is in front of them right now. So we are blessed. Now, over here also, he says, मनुष्य में 2 बातें हैं. So now very clearly he is giving us a deeper meaning. It's very beautifully done. पुराने कर्मों का फल भोगना और नए पुरुषार्थ करना. ठीक है. New actions can be purusharth, the effort that we make, and prarabdha, whatever has happened, what we have done before, we have to face the result of it. The result could be good, the result could be bad, right? We always say, "Na, I am such a good person. Why is it that only bad things are happening to me?" You are a good person right now, to the best of your ability, जहाँ तक तुम्हारी knowledge जाती है, and the definition of good is also totally messed up. How do you know what has happened in the previous birth? So whatever we are facing today is based on what we have done in our previous birth. So whatever previous birth and previous births, right? So what do we get? We'll get anukul situations and pratikul situations, right? We get situations which are in our favor. We also get situations which are not in our favor. Don't we do that? So when situations are not in our favor, what happens to us? What do? We really get upset. We start wondering why. And at that time, what do we crave for? When situations are not in our favor, it will be nice if everybody can turn the cameras on, my humble request. If situations are not in our favor, what happens? We feel upset, isn't it? And we want the situations to become in our favor. We do not like situations which do not give us joy. We do not like situations which we think are not for our good. We do not like situations which cause agony. Right? The situations don't cause agony. We cause agony to ourselves. So at that time, we crave for better situations. Now, when the situations are in our favor, pratikul, anukul paristhiti ho. Ek to pratikul hai, ek anukul paristhiti. In that, what happens to us? We want the situation to become even better. Oh, God has given us so much. Thoda sa aur chahiye. Right? See, I have been able to accomplish so much in life. Only a little bit more accomplishment is needed. Right? It is a normal human tendency, and we'll say what is so wrong in it. If we are in a pit, we would want to come out, and if we are already out, we want to go higher. Is it wrong? No, it is not wrong from the material point of view. But if we really, really, really want upliftment in the spiritual perspective, we should remember whatever has been done has been done. The result that we are facing today in form of anukul or pratikul situations is in front of us. We have a choice. Over here, we have a choice. We don't have a choice in the situation. We have a choice where we can decide whether we want to be sad in a situation or not, or whether we want to be overjoyed or want more from a situation. Right? So, isse kya hoga? So, what should we do then? If we are not supposed to do this, how are we supposed to act? In a negative situation, right? Because now we all get what we deserve. Let's be very clear, okay? We are getting exactly what we deserve, nothing less, nothing more. This we should many a times we say, no, I don't deserve this. No, you deserve every bit of it. Whatever is coming to you is what you deserve because of your previous actions, not of this birth, of your multiple previous births. So now this is in front of me. So in a negative situation, जो मेरी situation प्रतिकूल है, उसमें I should not lament so that I don't get bound. Very simple. When I am faced with a negative situation, when I am surrounded by problems, I should not lament. Now, when I should not lament, I should accept the situation as it is and do the best I can given the current circumstance. If I act like this, I will not be incurring any new karma bandhans. I would not be incurring any new karma bandhans or prarabdhas. Right? Any new thing would not be incurred. Now when the situation is very good, what am I supposed to do? When the situation is very good, use that situation to help other people who are not in that good situation. Don't use that situation for yourself. The minute a pleasant situation is there and you start reveling in it and start dreaming about even further betterments or start using everything that has been given to you by the Lord in that situation for your own selfish good, you get bound again. Vapas trapped. Right? So where is the choice? I have a choice. I don't have the choice in the situation that has been presented to me. I have a choice in how I behave in any situation, good or bad. In a good situation, help others. आपको दिया है तो आगे बांटो. पता नहीं कल आपके पास में देने के लिए हो ना हो. Yeah, you're very lucky that you have money right now. For all you know, 5 days, 10 days, 2 years down the line, you become penniless. तब किसकी मदद करोगे? So over here, Ram Sukdas ji clearly says, दूसरों की सेवा करना और दुखदायी परिस्थिति का सदुपयोग है. दूसरों की इसमें क्या है? सुखदायी परिस्थिति का सदुपयोग है दूसरों की सेवा करना. सुखदायी परिस्थिति is when everything is in my favor. I have a lot of money. I have all the favorable things. I have a good life. So at that time, what is your duty? Your duty is to दूसरों की सेवा करना. Use every bit of what you have to help others. और दुखदायी परिस्थिति का सदुपयोग क्या है? What is the सदुपयोग? सुख भोगने की इच्छा त्याग करना. When we are in a negative situation, काश ये खत्म हो, then things will get better. Don't do that. You know, we dream कि हाँ ये सब खत्म हो जाएगा, फिर सब अच्छा समय आएगा. Don't do that. इच्छा of a better future. It is, you might say, तो फिर how do we act then in this world? No, you act to the best of your ability. But these two things are very important. And where do we have the choice? We do not have the choice in the situation that has been created for us. By us only because of our previous actions. But we have a choice of how we act in those two situations. And if we are able to help others in our good times, we are not incurring any bondages anymore. Karma bandhan nahi honge. And then if we are not lamenting and desiring a better life when we are in a very bad situation, karma bandhan nahi honge. Because you're accepting things the way they are during your negative times. Now there is a very beautiful thing, you know, I don't remember where I read it. It is said that suppose, कहते ना सुख में सुमिरन सब करे, दुख में करे ना कोई, जो दुख में सुमिरन करे तो, जो सुख में सुमिरन करे तो दुख आए को होए. So what does it mean? So आप कहते हैं कि आप दुख में सुमिरन करोगे तो कुछ नहीं होगा. Of course होगा. Just imagine you are in the pit, okay? And then at that time suddenly you remember that now I have to turn towards the Lord because I am in a very bad situation. Of course, the Lord is going to help you and you're going to come above, right? You're going to come to the ground level. But suppose you're already at the ground level where everything is favorable to you. And at that time, you're already thinking about the Lord, doing selfless work. What happens to you then? You get elevated beyond. जब negative situation में हरि का नाम लोगे तो of course हरि आपकी मदद करेगा. You might come up. to the ground level, but you won't elevate. But when everything is in your favor, when everything is there for you, at that time also you choose to remember the Lord and help other people, that is when your spiritual elevation will happen. Over here we are not talking about material gains. It's very different. We are talking because मनुष्य जीवन किसके लिए मिला है? भोग के लिए नहीं मिला है ना, योग के लिए मिला है. What is योग? योग is to uplift yourself spiritually so that you unite with the divine. So this is what they are saying very clearly when they come to the point of उद्धार. हम हमारा उद्धार कैसे कर सकते हैं? What is the other thing is, he is saying कि मनुष्य कर्म करने में स्वतंत्र और फल प्राप्ति में परतंत्र है. ठीक है. नाउ नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज, वी हैव ऑलरेडी अंडरस्टूड कि प्रारब्ध है, प्रीवियस लाइफ व्हाट हैज हैपेंड, when the situations are not in our favor, how am I supposed to act so that there is no karma bandhan? Now what about the fruits of the action? Right? I have given in my 100%. I deserve to get this. How do you know whether you deserve to get this or not? There are a lot of elements that go into getting that fruit, isn't it? Do I know that I deserve to get what I'm getting? I have put in 100% effort and hence I deserve to get the best. We normally, we untitle ourselves with the fruits of our action. He's saying you have no rights to that. Who decides? He decides. आप पुरुषार्थ करो. You put in your best. You do your actions. You work to the best of your ability. But what you will get at the end of it is not for you to decide. For all you know, you might get anything. Nothing. That is not where your free will works. आपकी फ्री विल फल में है नहीं. राइट? आपकी फ्री विल पुराना जो आपने करा है उसका जो फल मिल रहा है उसमें भी नहीं है. आपका फ्री विल है पुरुषार्थ करने में, कर्म करने में. यू हैव अ फ्री विल टू डिसाइड हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू एक्ट इन अ पर्टिकुलर सिचुएशन. देयर इज अ ब्यूटिफुल बुक कॉल्ड शांताराम. In that, there is this beautiful paragraph which is mentioned over here. It says, and it talks about this kind of a free will only. It will explain it better. It took me a long time and most of the world to learn what I know about love and faith and the choices we make. But the heart of it came to me in an instant while I was chained to a wall and I was being tortured. I realized somehow through the screaming in my mind that even in that shackled, bloody helplessness, I was still free. What is he saying? Even in that shackled, bloody helplessness, I was still free. Free to hate the men who were torturing me or to forgive them. It doesn't sound like much, I know. But in the flinch and bite of the chain, when it's all you have got, that freedom is a universe of possibilities. And the choice you make between hating and forgiving can become the story of your life. See. In any situation, the choice is ours. Whether we frown when things are not as per our wish, or whether we remain calm. Whether success gets to our head, or we attribute it to God and His ways. The choice is ours. But we have limited control, which is on our purusharth only. Is it clear so far? Is it clear so far? Any doubt that is coming before we move on to the next phase? Anything that you want to ask? Because we have discussed 3 elements so far which are very, very important. Any doubt, any question regarding this? Easy to understand? Very simple? Yeah. Now, after this is all he is talking about. Karmanya vadikaraste. He has explained karma. He has explained free will. He has explained what we are expected to do in any situation. And more than anything, the most important thing for us to remember is to make karma yoga. Everything that we do has to be done for upliftment of the so-called others. Any action which is selfish is not contributing towards yoga, it is contributing towards karma bandhan. Right? Maybe the sooner we understand this, the better our life can be, I feel, in terms of what we do, how we react to situation. Now, next is ma phaleshu kadachana. Now he's saying फल में तेरी किंचित मात्र भी अधिकार ही नहीं है तुम्हारा फल पे. So you have the right on your actions, but you have no right on the results. Kinchit matra bhi, even this much also you don't have any right on the results of your action. But it's not fair, right? हम बोलेंगे slogging हम करें और हमारे को उस पे अधिकार नहीं है. नहीं. Because beyond a point when we talk, we realize that all this confusion comes when there is karta bhav and bhokta bhav. Right? I am the doer, hence I have to get the result. It is very simple. But suppose somebody was to tell you, you never were the doer. Right? तुम करता हो ही नहीं, तो तुम भोक्ता कैसे बन सकते हो? When you are not the doer of the action, how can you have any right to the fruit? बोलोगे क्या फिर कौन कर रहा है? बताएं आप. कौन कर रहा है? करता कौन है? We have discussed all this in great detail of doership, karta bhav, bhokta bhav. So this confusion and this right towards the fruit comes when we have doership. Ki I did it. You never did anything. So first thing he says is, first simple way to eliminate this, this overzealous right over the fruit of action is to remember that you're not the doer. If you're not the doer, you're not the one who's going to receive any fruit. Full stop, finish. तो तुम्हारा फल पे कोई अधिकार नहीं है. दूसरी बात, जितने भी कर्म होते हैं वे सभी प्रकृति, पदार्थों और व्यक्तियों के संगठन से होते हैं. First point, तो he said simply that you are not the doer, so how can you be the receiver? Right? Second, he says very simply, there is a saying which goes, anything worth achieving in life is never achieved alone. आप अकेले हैं, आप क्या कर सकते हैं? Without the resources, without the people, without the things around you, without your upbringing, right? Without whatever knowledge you have got because of so and so teachers, how many people, how many things, how many situations have contributed to make you what you are? And फल हम खुद ले लेंगे. सोचो, what am I? अगर मैं मान भी लूं कि this is me, how many things have gone into creating this me? How many things, how many people, how many unknown people I might not even know have worked towards getting me to this situation, who have helped me here, and later on I accomplish something. Do I have the right on that result? No, I don't. Because nothing worth achieving in life is ever achieved alone. So, from that perspective also, we do not have the right. Simple, right? फिर भी हमारे को कोई अधिकार नहीं है हमारे कर्म फल पर. Then he says, फल में तेरा अधिकार नहीं है, इससे यह बात सिद्ध हो जाती है कि फल के साथ संबंध जोड़ने में अथवा ना जोड़ने में मात्र मनुष्य स्वतंत्र है. So where is your free will here? Your free will is simply there whether you want to associate yourself with the fruit of the action or not. कहाँ है? I can decide to associate with the fruit of the action or I can decide not to associate with the fruit of the action. A mental thing. बाकी उसमें I have no right. So firstly he says कि because you're not the doer, how can you be the bhokta? Right? Stop that. Second, he says there are so many things who have gone in to so many people and things to get you to this level. So how can you alone reap the benefit of the fruit? And we want to do that, ना? हम तो कितनी बार सुनते हैं, जिंदगी निकल गई सुन के, people, I've heard people and women and men saying, I am a self-made man or I am a self-made woman. Really? Can anybody be self-made? What do you mean by self-made? Look at the delusion that we have. So he's clearing our delusion in this verse. Because unless and until this delusion is cleared, we would not understand what he's talking about. And then he says, Phaleshu. Yahan pe it is not singular, it is plural. Why? Because one action and we want multiple fruits from it. Don't we do that? We will do one act of charity, मान लो. And then we want applauses also. We want recognition also. We want name, fame, money also. Probably, later on. Whatever little we do, we have multiple expectations. कि एक काम हम करेंगे उससे हमारे को multiple फल मिलने चाहिए. So he is saying over here clearly that none of the fruits of the action which you think you so rightfully deserve are actually yours. You have no right over any of the fruits of your action. Be it appreciation जैसी चीज में भी आपका कोई अधिकार नहीं है. मिला तो मिला, नहीं मिला तो नहीं मिला. All I expected was a little positive appreciation from that. Nothing else was expected. No right over that also. मुझे और तो कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए था. No. So over here when he's talking about Phaleshu, and just imagine, fal se fal. When you listen to Akhandanand ji, he says, fruit ke andar seed, then you want one more fruit, then you want more fruit, then that cycle of desires to get more fruits from the same action never ends. So he's saying you have no right over the fruit. ऐसे ही होता है ना, fruit के अंदर seed, then more fruit, then more fruit, then more fruit. No. So where is our free will? Purusharth. That's it. And then we have a choice of our mental attitude. How we are going to act in a particular situation. That's all. Nothing else is there. Right? इसके बाद में what does he say? Now then how do we act? Right? Basically he is saying कि आप सकाम कर्म मत करो. निष्काम कर्म करो. Now it's a big problem. We'll say आप सकाम कर्म नहीं करें. निष्काम कर्म कैसे करें? Nishkam is where you do not have any expectations. You are just doing the best and you do not have any expectation for the fruits of your action. How do we get to this level? And he has given us 3 points. Nishkam karm karne ke liye he says, just imagine when you are doing an action and then there is a desire for the result in your heart. At that time, what happens? There is a vacuum that exists, right? Suddenly, whenever there is a desire, कामना की पूर्ति होने से परतंत्रता, you get enslaved by the desire to get so and so thing from your action. Yeah, I have done this. I hope I get this result. Very simple. I've given my 100%, I get 100% marks. Very simple. So you become enslaved. Now suppose your result is not as per your expectation because you have decided, right? I have put in so much effort, so I should get so and so. And if you don't get it, what happens? Dukh hota hai. It is the root cause of all our agonies, right? Not meeting, people not standing up to your expectations, situations not standing up to your expectations, results not being up to your expectations. तो क्या होता है? दुख होता है. तो किसने बीज बोया दुख का? हमने बोला था क्या कि you expect the fruit of your action? No. Because you expected the fruit of your action, there was a desire that was created. Now that desire was not met, so there was agony. And when the agony happens, what happens? Once we feel sad in a negative situation, karma bandhan hota hai. It is a vicious cycle. What causes karma bandhan? Very simple. Again, we mentioned it very clearly. Situations are presented to us. In a negative situation, we should not cry and fawn, and we should not just dream of a better situation. Be in the moment. What is it? Karmani. Be here right now. Don't go here and there scatter-minded. And when situations are in your favor, what are we supposed to do? We are not supposed to dream for a better situation. We are supposed to help and selflessly help. So over here, what is he saying? The minute you do action without nishkam bhav, when you want a fruit, you have a desire, a vacuum is created, a desire is created. As soon as you realize that the desire and the expectation is not met, you become sad. The minute you become sad, again the karma bandhan is established. Very dangerous cycle. इससे अच्छा तो भाई फल ही नहीं चाहिए, छोड़ो. Now, karma nitya nahi hota. Now, any action is not constant, right? I'll start an action and the action will finish. It is finite. right? And the result of our action is also finite. The result is not always going to be there, right? Whatever benefit you get, it is going to get exhausted after a while. So when the action is finite, the result is finite, me, the infinite self, should not associate with a finite thing. मैं क्या हूं? Over here he uses the word संयोग और वियोग, वो तो हो गया. What me, the finite thing, should not associate with the infinite thing. Me, the infinite thing, should not associate with the finite thing. What is it saying over here? It's saying very clearly कि why should me? Does the karma, and again, the other thing he's saying is, does the karma come from within me? No, right? It is happening outside. Then why is it that this happiness and sadness is inside? What is triggering it? The minute we have unity with what we are doing, we become one with our actions, we become one with our fruits of action. That is when the suffering starts. इसमें लिखा है कर्म नित्य नहीं होते क्योंकि उनका आरंभ और अंत होता है तथा उन कर्मों का फल भी नित्य नहीं होता क्योंकि उनका भी संयोग और वियोग होता है, राइट? एंड परंतु स्वयं नित्य है. वी आर ऑलवेज देयर. कहते हैं ना, हम थे, हम हैं और हम रहेंगे. कर्म नहीं थे, कर्म हुए, कर्म आगे नहीं रहेंगे. फल नहीं था, फल मिला, आगे फल नहीं रहेगा. तो फिर व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम? ही इज सेइंग ऐसा ठीक समझ लेने से निष्कामता आ जाती है. द मिनट वी अंडरस्टैंड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट, हम में निष्कामता आ जाएगी. निष्काम होने से संसार का संबंध छूट जाता है. It is done. He's saying that these things are passing clouds. Positive, negative, fruits, results, everything is a passing cloud. I am there. I am adig. I am always there. There is no relation between me and my action. There is no relation between me and the phal. Why should I suffer? Why should I cry? And then, third point he says is, कर्मों में निष्काम होने के लिए साधक को दो चीजों की आवश्यकता होती है. Very, very important, because if we don't have these two things, the rest will not be possible. We won't be able to implement whatever we have heard today. तेजी का विवेक, discriminating ability, very sharp discriminating ability, and सेवा भाव. What is सेवा भाव? We all know what is सेवा भाव. The willingness or that inner urge to help or do work for the greater good of other people. ऐसे तो कोई other है ही नहीं, but till we are at that level, for the others. These two things are needed so that we are able to do nishkam karma. If we don't have these two things, we will not be able to do nishkam karma. क्यों? Very simply he says, if we are not able to implement all these things that we have heard right now, what is he saying? नहीं तो कर्म हो जाएगा पर योग नहीं होगा. अभी तक वी आर कंफ्यूजिंग आर डेली कर्म विथ योग कि हम जो कर रहे हैं उसी को हम अपने बेस्ट एबिलिटी से कर लें तो वो हम भगवान मिल जाएंगे. ऐसा नहीं है. कहते हैं ना, मेनी टाइम्स नो योर ड्यूटी इज टुवर्ड्स योर चिल्ड्रन. इफ यू डू इट टू द बेस्ट ऑफ योर एबिलिटी, दैट्स इट, योर जॉब इज डन. नहीं होता ऐसे. आप कर्म कर रहे हो, आप अच्छे इंसान हो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट दैट डज नॉट मेक इट योग. It is karma, right? So if we are not able to implement all this, it will be karma, but it won't become योग. तात्पर्य है कि अपने सुख आराम का त्याग करने में तो विवेक की प्रधानता होती है. विवेक, why? The minute we feel that we are going overboard, we are doing something which is not needed for us, we are actually excessively spending on ourselves. The discriminating ability to tell us when to stop. राइट? उसमें विवेक चाहिए होता है. सो व्हाट आर दे सेइंग? तत्परता है, व्हाट इज इट इज सेइंग वेरी क्लियरली कि तात्पर्य है कि अपने सुख आराम को त्याग करने में तो विवेक की प्रधानता होनी चाहिए और दूसरों को सुख आराम पहुंचाने में सेवा भाव की प्रधानता होनी चाहिए. सो 3 steps to make us from sakam to nishkam. Very simple 3 steps. First is we have to realize that with the desire for the fruit of our action, we are just introducing a lot of agony in our lives, nothing else. Second, how can I associate myself, which is eternal, to something which is perishable, which is not eternal, वो नित्य नहीं है. Third, we have to use our discriminating ability and we have to have a lot of seva bhav. When we are able to have all these three things, we can make our karma into yoga by not desiring for the fruit of the action, not lamenting when we are in a negative situation because of our prarabdha karma, or not spending on ourselves or just being so self-centered when we are in a positive situation because of our prarabdha karma. At the same time, putting in a lot of purusharth right now. For what? For what? Very simply, for the betterment of other people. So कर्म हम कर सकते हैं. The choice is mine. The choice to lament or not to lament. The choice to let success get to my head and become selfish, or to use my success for the betterment of other people. That choice I have. I don't have the choice in the situation I am put in. I don't have any right on the fruit of my action. I have only right in the action I do today. So what this verse is clearly telling us is very simply, कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन. तुम्हारा सिर्फ कर्म पर अधिकार है, फल पर तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं. और किस कर्म पे अधिकार है वो भी बता दिया है. किस कर्म पे अधिकार है? अभी जो तुम कर रहे हो उस कर्म पे तुम्हारा अधिकार है. यू कैन मेक दैट कर्म a liberating force or a binding force. The choice is yours. This is the beauty, they leave everything to us. They are telling us, this is what will happen if you do this. This is what will happen if you do this. The choice is yours. And when there is no choice, they are also telling us, for the fruit of your action, sorry, no choice. For what you are incurring in your life right now, sorry, no choice. Because you have already sowed and now you are just reaping. And fortunately, you are given the choice and you have the ability to incur new karmas because you are a manushya. जानवर होते या देव होते तो वो भी choice नहीं थी. So this verse simply, कर्तव्य कर्म करने में ही तेरा अधिकार है, फलों में कभी नहीं. And now this thought might come before we end the session today and we open it for discussion, कि जब ऐसा है तो then when we are always saying sadhana, sadhan karo, ye karo, wo karo, isn't it contradicting? Right? It might sound very contradicting when you're constantly saying this, but at the same time you're saying ठीक है, तो साधना भी हमारे चॉइस का कर्म है. पर over here a very beautiful point has been said and I'm going to read it out as it is before we discuss it. अंतःकरण में भोग तत्व मतलब फल इच्छा और फल आसक्ति आदि रहने के कारण ही, right, in our we have the desire, right, for the fruits of our action, रहने के कारण ही मनुष्य भगवत प्राप्ति, तत्व ज्ञान, प्रेम प्राप्ति आदि में कर्मों को कारण मानता है. राइट? वास्तव में भगवत प्राप्ति आदि कर्मों पर निर्भर नहीं होते. Why भगवत प्राप्ति हमारे कर्मों पर निर्भर नहीं है? But this is a different level. For this we have to take a leap, go to that level and then understand it. कारण भगवत प्राप्ति हमारे कर्मों पर निर्भर इसके लिए नहीं है कि प्रत्युत भाव और बोध पर निर्भर है. भाव और बोध पर निर्भर है, कर्मों पर निर्भर नहीं है. दिस इज समथिंग. कारण की अप्राप्त पदार्थों की प्राप्ति तो कर्मों पर निर्भर है. अप्राप्त पदार्थों की प्राप्ति, दैट विच वी डू नॉट हैव एंड वी वांट टू गेट इट, फॉर दैट वी डू कर्म. राइट? That is our main objective. We are saying we should be desireless for the फल, but that is our main objective. पर नित्य प्राप्त तात्विक प्राप्ति कर्मों पर निर्भर नहीं है. The Lord is always with us. उनको हम कर्मों से कैसे प्राप्त कर सकते हैं. ये बहुत डीप, इट इज अ डीपर पार्ट दैट दे हैव मेंशन्ड व्हिच आई वांटेड टू मेंशन, कि ऑलवेज रिमेंबर वी कैन नॉट इक्वेट प्रभु प्राप्ति विथ द वर्ल्डली प्राप्तिज. नहीं, there is a difference because he is always with us. He is not lost. We can't see him, that's another thing. So what is needed over there is bhav, that emotion, bodh, but not karma. But for the other things that we are talking about, so they are saying don't mix it up like that. It is very different, because to get something which is not there, then you say okay, karma. But how can you do karma to get something which is always there with you? And that divine is always there with you. For him, you just have to just turn within and realize. And he is there. एक भाव और एक बोध जिस दिन आपने अंदर झांका, right now, this minute, liberation is possible. अगर वो भाव और वो बोध हो जाए तो अप्राप्त चीजों की प्राप्ति करने के लिए all these things are okay. But जो already प्राप्त है, which is already with you, which is you only, for him only bhav and bodh are needed. So he's setting it aside very beautifully, because then we might say ना, so when you are saying this, तो फिर तो भगवान की प्राप्ति के लिए भी हमें इच्छा नहीं करनी चाहिए. वो तुम्हारे को प्राप्त ही है, वो तुम्हारे से अलग है ही नहीं. That is not something that you have to go out seeking. He is you, he is there, he is always. The only thing is we can't see him. So this is the verse, and it is putting a lot of clauses, and it is helping us understand where our free will is. So any questions, any doubts, a lot to internalize, I feel. So we are going to do only the first line today. Any questions, any doubts? Any thoughts? Nothing? No? Sure? No thoughts, no doubts? So I hope we are getting clarity on one topic. What is karma? Are we able to distinguish between karma and karma yoga? Do we now understand that karma and karma is not equal to karma yoga? Right? This is something which I think the verses. And one more thing before I forget. When they are talking about karmanyavadikaraste, Ma Faleshu Kadachina, they are also saying very beautifully that जो वेद में कर्म कांड है वो आप करो, उसमें कोई नहीं है, पर तुम फल की इच्छा करके मत करो. कर्म कांड पे तुम्हारा अधिकार है. It is needed. करो. It will purify yourself. It will cleanse you. But not with that desire for a result. Because that right you don't have. And won't life become so much more easier if we are able to implement what they have said right now? If we are able to accept every situation which is presented to us, thinking that yes, I deserve it, ये मेरे प्रारब्ध कर्म का ही तो नतीजा है. Whatever I have done in my previous births, I am facing the situation right now. I have been placed, whether it's good or bad, it is for my learning only that I have been given this situation, right? If I am in a negative situation, I will not lament, right? And that is all that is needed for me to break the shackles of life and death. If I am in a positive situation, as God has given me abundance, I am going to share. I am going to do seva. That is going to help me liberate myself, because I am not going to ask for more and more for me. Instead, I'm going to use it for betterment. I will always remember that I have the right to my action, but I do not have the right to the result. मैं 100% पुरुषार्थ करूंगी, पर फल की इच्छा नहीं करूंगी. I'm going to give in my best, because they are saying, Karmani, be 100% focused on whatever you're doing, but without any expectation. They have given us 3 ways how to kill the expectations also, by realizing expectation are the cause of all agony. Fruits and actions are temporary, I am permanent. Plus, I have to use my vivek, that is discriminating ability, and I have to inculcate the seva bhav, right? And at the same time, they are saying, what is karma? What is the karma which can be made into yoga? When the karma is simply done for, again, before we close, we'll just read the last verse, this word. भगवान ने सेवा रूप नया कर्म करने के केवल अपना उद्धार करने के लिए ही यह अंतिम मनुष्य जीवन दिया है. भगवान ने सेवा रूप नया कर्म. So any new action that I am doing right now, because actions bind. So whatever action I am doing has the ability to liberate me or to bind me. I don't want to be bound. So if I don't want to be bound, क्या करना है? सेवा रूप नया कर्म ही करना है. सेवा रूप नया कर्म ही करना है. भगवान ने सेवा रूप नया कर्म करके केवल अपना उद्धार करने के लिए ये मनुष्य जीवन दिया है. क्यों दिया है? सेवा रूप नया कर्म करके मेरा उद्धार होगा. व्हाट स्पिरिचुअल अपलिफ्टमेंट. द बॉन्डेज ऑफ लाइफ एंड डेथ विल बी ब्रोकन इफ आई कैन डू द कर्म इन द फॉर्म ऑफ सेवा. एंड दैट इज द पर्पस ऑफ दिस एग्जिस्टेंस, नथिंग एल्स. एंड देन इट सेज, अगर यह कर्म को अपने लिए करेंगे, अगेन अ डिस्क्लेमर, वेरी सिंपल, अगर यह कर्मों को अपने लिए करोगे तो बंधन में पड़ जाओगे. वापस वही, नो प्रॉब्लम, you won't be able to break free the shackles of life and death. चलता रहेगा. और अगर कर्मों को ना करोगे, दैट इज द नेक्स्ट वर्स, तो भी बंधन में पड़ जाओगे. अतः भगवान कहते हैं कि तेरा केवल सेवा रूप कर्तव्य कर्म करने में ही अधिकार है. सेवा रूप कर्तव्य कर्म करने में ही मेरा अधिकार है, बाकी किसी में नहीं. And he says, if you don't understand this, कर्म रह जाएगा, योग नहीं बन पाएगा. So why this verse is so important is because of this only. It is clearly telling us how to make our karma yoga. Very simply, very simply he has explained. This is it for today. Any doubts, any questions? Nothing? So we will close the session. And we have to not forget the last bit also. That is very important. Prabhu is not something that we don't have. He is always there. We have him. So it is a different ball game altogether over there. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Ram Lakshman Janaki जय बोलो हनुमान की. राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की. राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की. जय बोलो हनुमान की. जय बोलो हनुमान की. बोलो बजरंग बली की जय. जय श्री राम, जय श्री कृष्ण, जय हनुमान, जय हनुमान, जय हनुमान.